Good morning. I slept actually like great. It was a short amount of sleep, it was only 6 hours, but man, did I sleep good. Look at the jam room. Isn't that a beautiful thing to wake up to as a musician? I am so happy. Last night was so much fun. But I gotta get out here and I gotta start getting packed up to drive to Dallas. All right, I am pretty much ready to go. I got my pants on. I just need to put on a shirt. Probably gonna put on a different shirt than yesterday just because my shirt reeks of weed. And that's just the truth, and I just want to be open and honest with you guys. That it really does smell like pot. We got a 9.5 hour drive to Dallas today, which really isn't too bad, but I got to try and get going because we have dinner reservations with my uncle tonight. So, got to get moving. I love coming to Nashville and just being able to sleep in the jam room. The vibes when you sleep in the jam room, the dreams that you have when you sleep in the jam room, you could tell that there's been some magic made here. Front, it looks like it is going to storm here in Nashville in a minute. I know it's supposed to storm around the country tomorrow, but definitely we should get packed up and get out of here. You know what? Even though it's gray outside, I'll tell you this much. It is nice and comfortable. Look, I'm not wearing a shirt, and the temperature is actually perfect for it. So we're getting to that time of year. It's so exciting. I'm so ready and so pumped to just be warm, please. Oh. All right, got everything in the car all packed up. Good to go. Last night was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun at the party. Had a lot of fun at Dino's afterwards. Hoping all that footage came out good. It was kind of very, what's the word, chaotic last night. But I got my shirt here. I'm going to use a button down today because I figure hopefully we drive through some nice patches. I know it's gray here right now, but hopefully we drive through some nice patches and I can potentially not have to have my shirt on while I drive and feel the wind on my chest. So it is 9:56, means we're realistically going to get out of here at 10:15, which means we should get to Dallas around 7. I don't know what time these dinner plans are supposed to be at, but hopefully they're post 7. Otherwise, I'm going to have to tell my uncle I'm not going to be able to make it. So I'll say, since I started editing the vlogs horizontally, granted I'm only on I think the third one that I'm editing right now that's horizontal, which is pretty good. I'm getting through them. One thing I will say is I'm averaging about 150 minutes of footage, which is around 2.5 hours of footage for each horizontal vlog. I'm trying to cut that down to, I want it to be at the most an hour and a half per video, at the most. I'd ideally like it to be around an hour for each video. But I was just going through day 10, I think I'm on, which was not yesterday, but the day before, and cut through some of those clips last night. We didn't end up getting home till probably 2 a.m. And that's kind of early in the grand scheme of my life. For me, I normally am a late person. I can wake up early, but I tend to like the night hours a little bit more. I feel a little bit more creative during the nighttime. And yeah, we got back around 2. I was so ready to edit, but I knew that if I wanted to be up for right now, I had to get up. And so I knew I needed some sleep, and I was tired too. Yesterday was but today's footage is just going to be a lot of driving until we get to Dallas later tonight, and then we'll see what we end up doing when we actually get there. It may just be a chill vlog today, which is okay. That's cool, you know? Like, chill vlogs are, you know, this is about the whole experience of my journeys across America. So, if it has to be a chill vlog in which we just drive, and when I get to Dallas, we get some work done. I still need to do laundry because we left Deborah's early. I'm hoping we miss all this inclement weather, all this severe weather. I'm really hoping I don't have to drive through any of that. I should be good as long as I leave today. That's why I wanted to leave Kentucky early, because apparently there's some pretty severe weather on the horizon, and I'd rather just be with family when and if that happens. Even if, you know, technically Dallas is in the path, I'd rather be there with my uncle. Got to make sure you hydrate yourself. I try to drink like 2 or 3 of these a day, 64 ounces, and then I go a little bit above the 64 ounces, because if you're gonna build a bottle, you might as well fill it to the top. Maybe that's a hot take, I don't know. But I try and drink like 3 of those a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night. Doesn't always work out that way. And to be honest, they say you're only supposed to get 64 ounces a day. That's like the goal. So at least I'm hitting the goal, you know? I do love water, though. I would say it's the main. I know I drink a lot of Diet Pepsi and a lot of Diet Coke, but I think I probably drink an equal amount of water, if not a little bit more. Ooh. Man, ever since that masseuse lady hit this spot, and I now know where it is and I hit it, oh, man. It releases all the bad negative tension energy. I'm so excited to go back to Texas. I really, you know, I feel like I rushed out of there last time. It's crazy because I feel like I was in Nashville like maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And David's like, bro, you were here 3 weeks ago. And I look at my phone and I look at my photos, and it's true, I was here 3 weeks ago. And like, that's the thing. Time has just been moving at such an interesting pace, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I just felt like there was more time in between when I came home from my last trip and when I left, but I guess not. Which goes to show, like, you know, I really just can't be at home right now, because obviously I was there for 1 week and it felt like fucking 4 months. And not in like a good way where it's like the experiences are, you know. And I do miss my friends. I miss Jesse. I miss Nico. Miss Henry. But I haven't seen Henry in months anyway. But, yeah. Shout out Jesse. Shout out Nico. Shout out Zach Casadeno. I love you. Love all the names that I just mentioned. Shout out to Mom, Dad, Henry. There are others. Caleb, Cooper. All my Connecticut folk. I love you all very much. Truly. Ugh. And listen, because that's the thing I really do love Connecticut. I don't know. It's something about living there, I guess, maybe. Especially during the wintertime. The wintertime is really, it can be so tough. So yeah. But no, I miss all my friends, and hopefully I'll see y'all soon. But I really did have to get out. I had to get out on the road. I had to start living. I think that's really what it comes down to, is I really didn't feel like I was living when I was at home. Like, I lost all the weight, and I feel like I was birthed again, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like I was reborn as a new human being, and I just feel like I've been stuck inside my house and not able to fully appreciate the world as I am now. I think that's all it is.
but just really boiled up. The sun's peeking out. So, well, tomorrow's gonna be a brighter day. I think I might listen to some Jim Croce today on the drive. That might be nice. Just listen to the discography. He only has like 4 albums, so it's not like something, you know. And an album back then was like 38 minutes. It was as long as the reel could be. So, yeah, I've got 9 hours. All right, stopping to get gas before we hop on the highway. Said goodbye to David. My phone died though. We talked a little business. But yeah. Oh, excuse me. I'm drinking my Diet Pepsi. This is my caffeine hit for the morning. And yeah, I am just really ready to get on the road. We are currently stuck in some traffic in, I don't even know where we are. We're in Tennessee. Driving down the road, it's a little bit of a rainy day. I'm really hoping that it doesn't get like super severe, but you know, I'll tell you what, it's been raining a little bit. It's just been drizzling, and it's cleaning off the bug guts from my windshield, which is nice, so I don't have to scrub it myself. But I'm hoping that this camera angle is good. I think it probably is, because those 3 things are pointing at me. But I figure I use the rear-facing camera because that's a nice one. Dave Matthews in the background. That sounds live, too. Which is funny, because it's on lithium. No, I'm just kind of sinking into this drive. Some traffic, so I figured it'd be a good moment to vlog while, you know, I'm not having to pay attention to the road. But the roads otherwise have been, for the most part, clear. Trailers load detached from the hitch or whatever. See, that's something that worries me for when I do end up getting my Airstream, because I'm putting that out into the universe. That's something that freaks me out, is like, what if it falls off the hitch? I'm also hoping the audio wasn't just screwed up there because my phone was against the back of the thing. I think that might be a thing that happens. I don't know. But no, just driving to Texas. We've got, I can't see the CarPlay, but I think we've got about 8 hours, about to be a little less than 8 hours. I'm feeling good. You know what's funny is the 9-hour drives, they're long, but they no longer scare me. Anything over 9 hours, that's where it gets, like, you know, at driving the longer distances. Like, I'm fine driving 12 hours. It's just anything over 12 hours is like, that's where it gets a little sketchy. I mean, the most I've ever driven in one day was 17 hours. I did a road trip a few years ago in my old Jeep. Similar to this one, except I was less well prepared and I didn't really have the right things with me. And that trip was more just about getting fucked up. Because I was drinking pretty heavily specifically at that time. This had to be 4 years ago now, 3-4 years ago. And I just traveled down the East Coast, down to Florida. It was a great trip. I had a lot of fun on that trip. But the longest I ever drove was down to, I think it was from Richmond, Virginia to Atlanta. Near Atlanta, like Peachtree City. I have a good friend who lives out there. And that drive was 17 hours. It was only supposed to be 14 hours, but when I was in... crazy story. I was driving through Atlanta, right? I was almost there. I mean, the GPS said I had 35 minutes, maybe 45. And a wicked bad car accident crash happens on the highway on, I think it's 95 that goes down through there. It was either 95 or 85, I can't remember. When I tell you they shut the highway down for 4 hours, I mean it. I slept in the back of my Jeep because I had a Jeep Wrangler, so I had the trunk. And I would put the trunk down, and that's where I slept on that road trip. And I'll tell you what, I just remember waking up to the sounds of honking because the highway had opened back up. And that car, I remember we drove past it, and it was 4 hours, mind you. I didn't really sleep. I kind of had my guitar with me. I was just playing guitar, but I think I probably did pass out for a few minutes because I do remember being woken up by the sounds of the horns, and then we moved. But I remember seeing the wreckage of the car, which is the crazy thing, because I feel like they would have moved it off, but it was burnt to a crisp. The whole car was burnt pretty much to an ember. That was a scary crash. But that was a long drive, too. I mean, the drive itself was like 15 hours. So I guess it was only 2 hours of traffic. Maybe 3. I don't really remember. I didn't end up getting to Jake's place until like 3 in the morning. But we had a good time that week. That was a lot of fun. We went into Atlanta, hung out with his dad. Jake's dad's the fucking man. Yeah, I don't know. I've been having some crazy ups and downs with my moods. I've been having wild mood swings. Like yesterday was kind of a crazy day. But I feel good today. I feel like I'm on an up, and I feel like I was on a good up for a while. But then I just have these crazy valleys where it's like I feel like shit it can be anywhere from 30 minutes to like 6 or 7 hours where I will just feel despair. I don't know exactly why. And it hasn't been happening every day, and a lot of days have been really good days, but yeah, it has been going on. And I feel like it's important to say that, because as much fun as I am having, I did escape my home for a reason, I had to go for a reason, and I feel myself getting better. But it's definitely some residuals of like these despair moments when really life is beautiful. And I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so glad to be here, and I'm eternally grateful for all that like life has given me, and for my music, and for the people in my life. So like I was feeling really lonely yesterday in Kentucky, and it's gonna get a little vulnerable here, but I was feeling a little lonely yesterday in Kentucky after spending all the time alone in Virginia and then straight to Kentucky, and I felt really despairy, and it was just so super nice to be able, first of all, like, thank God Nashville was only 4 hours away from where I was staying, but, like, it just feels nice. Like, even before that, I called my uncle, and I was like, hey, I don't really feel like I want to be alone. Can I come to Dallas, spend some time with you? And, like, I'm very grateful for that. And then even last night, because it was kind of a haywire plan to drive to Dallas and be there at 7 a.m. this morning that I don't think would have happened. So it was nice to see David and Andy and Liam and get to spend some time with them and meet some new people. It was a lot of fun. And I really needed it yesterday, so I'm really happy that I decided, and that's the thing I'm learning is, like, you know, it's good to build out connections all over, because it's good to have friends all over and just know people everywhere. The weather is getting there, I can tell you that. There's a storm a-brewing. I can feel it in the wind. Temperatures dropped about 10 degrees since I woke up, too. I'm really kind of just, rough road ahead, slow down. I'm really kind of waiting for a Buc-ee's to stop. Because I need to use the restroom. All that food we ate last night has gone, it's been a crazy morning. That's all I'm gonna say, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. But that food was smacking. I can't even front. But yeah, just wait for a Buc-ee's, singing in this drive, and yeah, I'm glad I updated you, because I just feel like it's important for me to be transparent. And, you know, obviously I'm recording stuff to YouTube, and, like, here's the thing, like, this is my diary, right? Like, you could watch this if you want. You could skip the vulnerable parts. Like, it's okay. Like, you do you. You don't even have to watch it. I don't even, you know. This is for me. And so I just want to make a note of that for future me. Just that, you know, to remind myself what I'm going through, where I've been, and I think it's important. Okay, there's an old country store off of I-40 on exit 80A, so we're gonna stop there. I really, really have to pee. And there is not a Buc-ee's in sight, so we have to make do with what we got, but the old country store sounds awesome. So let's go. I'll see you there. All right, Casey Jones Village. I was not expecting all of this when it said old country store. All right, well, I need to find parking that isn't a Tesla slot. Look at all this candy. Pocket toothpick holder. The lady was making ice cream sundaes, and I saw it and I had to try it, so we're gonna try it. Homemade ice cream. And I got some other goodies for the long drive. That is smacking. That's so good. 10 out of 10. Old country store, would recommend. Come for the ice cream and the candy. Leave with the friendship. Interesting. Tabasco peppers and vinegar. Never seen that. That being said, I'm eating this ice cream, and you know what I'm thinking about?
I'm thinking about how excited I am to go to the gym at my uncle's and lift some weights, because I haven't lifted weights since Virginia. It's been a few days, and I'm ready to lift some heavy weight. Use this food as fuel. Get those gains. Yummy. Let us move onward. Man, it is gray skies out today, but it's a little cool tourist attraction here in, I think we're in Jackson, Tennessee. But yeah, it's time to hop in the whip. Remember, if you ever see the black Jeep Rubicon with that on the window, you know it's me. Honk at me, because I'm sure I'd love that. All right. Onward.
I haven't seen you around in quite some time. Your face has weathered some storms. I can see in your smiling, your eyes are familiar look. Like a friend who's lost in time, a memory that's been washed by the sands of time in our mind. And all I can do is say that I tried to take every step without ever looking behind. You can't ever go back, you can only move ahead. So keep walking, for the journey never ends. What a flood of fate for us to meet here in this place so old but new. And with our act of faith we can find a way to stay with each other even from afar. For in my heart you're a part. And all I can do is say that I tried to take every step without ever looking behind. You can't ever go back, you can only move ahead.
Well, the rain at least cleared off my windshield, so all the bug guts are gone. So I don't have to stop at a gas station and do that, because I keep forgetting. I've stopped at like 4 gas stations, and every single time I have forgotten to get to wipe off the windshield, and then the rain just did it for me. So shout out to the rain. It's a little bit of clear skies here now, but man, the skyline is looking crazy, that's for sure. Apparently there's nice weather in Dallas. I don't know, we'll see. But I know there's supposed to be some pretty super bad storms tomorrow throughout like a lot of the country, so. But it's time to stand out. Yeah, no, I like driving in Arkansas because the speed limits coming up here, I think that's when they turn to 75. You could just wick down the highway. Like 70 is a good speed limit already, but 75 just adds that extra sauce that I really feel like you can't find elsewhere. But this is just a quick little update. I just drove through Memphis, saw the big Bass Pro Shop. I cannot believe the weather that we are currently having right now. It is crazy. Gorgeous day.
If I could turn back time, why would I? Why would I? If you loved me too, like I love you, like I love you. And all that's missing is love's sacred kiss, your arms around me. The time we've wasted can't be forgot. With each passing moment, our hearts are as one. So please, look at me. Take a breath, go to sleep. For I know what to do. I love you, I love you. And all that's missing is love's sacred kiss, your arms around.
I cannot explain how good this 80-degree sunlight feels on my face right now. Just got gas, peed. We are in Arkin, Philadelphia or something like that. But we are flying down the road, making our way to Dallas. We should be there relatively soon, next couple hours.
Like I love you, like I love you. All I know is all I see. All I see is all I'll be. All you were, all you are.
Welcome to
all the words,
Texas.
they fall apart. You wish me well.
I don't know how that came out because the sun is directly in the vision,
Our
but
lives have changed.
at least
That's
it's a
the
beautiful
way it
Texas day.
had to be.
There we go, Texarkana, USA.
All I want, all I need is a memory of all we were, all we are, all the words, they fall apart. It's hard to get by, aiming sky high, your feet off the ground, and you wonder why we are not as we've been. We're drifting once again. We're shedding our skin, my dear friend. All I know is all I see. All I see is all I'll be. wish me well, and I hope the same. We drifted apart, our lives have changed, but I wish that you were here. All I want, all I need is a memory of all we were, all we are. All the words may fall apart. It's hard to get by, aiming sky high, your feet off the ground, and you wonder why we are not as we've been. We're drifting once again. We're shedding our skin, my dear. Na 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 na, my dear friend. Na 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 na, my dear friend. Watch the tide roll in. You watch it fade to black as the cold grows thin. The starry night clouds the skies. There's a moonlight in your eyes. I know it's So I made it to my Uncle Paul's. They're asleep right now, so I'm keeping it quiet. We had some Chinese food. I didn't film anything because I just need to sink in and relax a little bit. But I'm gonna lay down here. I'm gonna edit a little bit because I gotta edit a little bit every day, and then I'm gonna go to bed here, and tomorrow's gonna be a good day. I'm excited. I'm excited to be in Dallas with family, so it's gonna be good. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. And yeah, follow for more journeying across America. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Even horizon, you'll say, just watching.